Yeah, people are not joining, eh? People are not,
It looks like people are having fun since it's gonna be a long weekend.
people are busy buying. They're having some meat.
Yeah.
But Andrew, can you hear me? But Andrew, you can't hear me. But Andrew, if you can hear me, I think you didn't join your audio. Yeah, anyway, if they're eating their meat, then they're gonna eat their meat. Let's just proceed with the message of today. So most of you guys here, Batandwa, Robert, and Tafadzwa, you guys, you didn't pitch up to the class. So we're just gonna go through what we went through during the class this afternoon, which is looking at how the market traded during FOMC and past FOMC. Mainly, I want to highlight the SMT divergence that we had on dollar plus euro and pound USD. So that is what we are going to talk about. It's not going to be a long one. I know people have got stuff to do. It's Heritage Day, so I'm not going to take much of your time. So yeah, before I proceed, besides Tendai, is there anyone with a question? Tafatswa, Robert, or Batandwa, is there anyone with a question?
No questions at the moment.
Okay. Batandwa, I didn't hear you. Your mic is on mute. Your mic is on mute. There we go.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I was saying I don't have a question at the moment, sir.
Okay, not a problem. And Mr. Robert, I don't know if Mr. Robert can hear me. I don't think Robert can hear me. Yeah, it seems like there isn't much of an attendance today, but anyway, be that as it may, I'm going to illustrate how dollar reacted to FOMC and past FOMC. So as we all know, we were looking for dollar to trade high from 93.050, or if it dropped to the downside, we were looking at 92.70 as our support levels. So now from the weekly forecast video, we highlighted 93.050 as our first major support level on dollar index. So that was our first fair value in this move to the upside. So what then really transpired during FOMC? Now, if you remember correctly, I sent you guys a chart. It was an hourly chart during FOMC where we had dollar taking out an old low right around 93.040. So dollar performed what most people like to refer to as a stop hunt of the sell stops below 93.040. While dollar was performing a stop hunt or engineering long liquidity during FOMC. When we look at Euro USD, we also saw Euro USD taking out an old high. Euro USD during FOMC took out this high here, just above $1.1747. Now, what is the significance of that, right? With dollar taking out an old low below 93.040 and Euro USD taking out an old high above $17.47, the significance then comes by looking at pound USD. When we look at pound USD, during the same time, during the same period of price action, we had pound USD not trading above 1.3692. So basically we had SMT divergency. You see, we had what we referred to as non-symmetrical divergency. This is on week 2. It's on institutional sponsorship class. So we had non-symmetrical divergency between pound USD and dollar index. We had non-symmetrical divergence because pound USD was supposed to trade higher, right? But it did not do that. In fact, it redistributed, right? There was redistribution. While we saw Euro USD distributing, price created a new high in the market. That's a stop hunt of buy stops. Now remember, this is all during FOMC. This is all happening during FOMC. Now, when you look at dollar index created a new low, right? Which was mirrored with a new high on Euro USD. But pound USD did not mirror the same price action. Pound USD was supposed to create a new high, right? When you have noticed that, and with Jerome Powell giving a definitive picture regarding taper for the dollar, they're talking of giving us an exact date during the November FOMC. They're going to give us like an exact time frame when they start doing tapering, when they start reducing their bond buying. With that statement on its own, that would have pushed dollar to the upside. That would have brought strength in dollar index. And we saw that happening by way of Euro USD taking out an old low. Dollar index taking out an old low. With dollar index taking out an old low and Euro USD taking out an old high and pound USD not taking out. Pound USD did not confirm. Pound USD showed us there's weakness in the market. Now, how then would you have traded that? Now, FOMC comes, I'm going to go on to a 30-minute time frame. Now, when FOMC was in session during the press conference, right, that started at 8:30. With the press conference in session, we had price trading lower, taking out sell stops. And on Euro USD, we had price trade to the upside, taking out buy stops. But on pound USD, none of that was mirrored, which showed us that there was underlying strength on dollar index. And you can see dollar index rallied after that. Dollar index rallied, I think about 48 pips. And if you look at Euro USD dropped a couple of 62 pips. If you look at pound USD during FOMC, pound USD dropped 66 pips. Now, this is only on two major currencies. I've only highlighted two major currencies. If you look at Aussie dollar, if you look at New Zealand dollar, you're going to see the same price action, whereby price was also confirming short liquidity engineering. Price confirmed short liquidity engineering. So my point is, whenever we have a major fundamental, whenever we have a news release that is going to move the market, you should be in a position to interpret what the fundamental is telling you. You should be in a position to say, oh, okay, we've got underlying strength in dollar. Where is the strength coming from? The support level at 93.050. Remember, price at 93.50, it's coming right at the equilibrium of the fair value gap. You see? Price is coming right at the equilibrium of the fair value gap. So once you have noted that, you already know that dollar index is in discount. And if dollar is in discount, you're looking for Euro USD, Pound USD, Aussie dollar to trade into premium, where you're going to be a short seller. So this is what I wanted to explain to you guys, so that you understand how the FOMC moved the markets, how the strength of dollar index showed us a shorting opportunity on the majors. But if you look at USD JPY during FOMC, right? I'm going to go on to USD JPY. So USD JPY during FOMC. So this is Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. So we're looking at Wednesday, 8:30. So this is Euro USD. You can see Euro USD did not, USD JPY did not confirm a lower low. USD JPY was supposed to take out one of these lows. That's SMT divergency. That's underlying strength, price failing to make lower lows. That's underlying strength. The same time we are having dollar index taking out an old low, USD JPY failed to take out 1, 2, and 3 old lows. So price is creating lower highs. That's underlying strength, a market which is bullish. And if you look now during FOMC, price then rallied 36 pips during FOMC. When Powell was speaking, he emphasized that they're going to start tapering the market. They'll give us an exact date probably during the November FOMC. So make sure you understand how those fundamentals affect the market. We saw what Pound USD did yesterday. It rallied. Euro USD was chilled. Why did Pound USD rally to the upside? Because the Bank of England had their rate decision yesterday and they were hawkish on pound. You see? That's why you saw the rally on Pound USD. So yeah, that's what I wanted to illustrate to you, the divergency that we got on dollar index and Pound USD. So we had SMT divergency, whereby the major currency failed to make a higher high when dollar index was making a lower low. If you remember correctly, we covered this in week 2. That's institutional sponsorship. You can revert back to institutional sponsorship if you didn't understand perfectly what I was illustrating. Institutional sponsorship in week 2. That's where the video is that illustrates the move that we saw yesterday. So yeah, is there anyone with a question? Mr. Blessing, you were late. And anyone with a question regarding the SMT divergency, which I was explaining? Now, remember, this is something you have to be doing when you're reacting to how the market is moving in terms of a major fundamental, not just any fundamental. You don't want to look at those fundamentals with one star to move the market that much. When you look at the calendar, you see, you need to look at those 3 stars, 2 stars, those big fundamentals. Like on Tuesday, we've got GDP for United States. Definitely the market is going to react. A positive number for GDP, dollar is going to push to the upside. A negative number for the GDP, and then dollar is going to go to the downside. So you must understand how to interpret these fundamentals. So for now, the class was based on how the market reacted to FOMC and the way you can pick divergency, SMT divergence, non-symmetrical divergence between dollar index and pound USD. So anyone with a question, guys? I don't want to take much of your time. I know it's Heritage Day. People want to bribe. People want to have some beers and all that. already people did not come to class. So
yeah, but we're still at work, though. You know, we're on this Zoom session. Yeah, but I have no question.
It's still at work on Heritage Day.
Yeah, hey, it's crazy.
Yeah, ne?
Yeah.
So is there anyone with a question, guys, regarding what I was explaining?
On my side, it's clear.
Mr. Blessing, do you have any question? Your mic is on mute, my brother. I cannot hear you. Your mic is on mute. You need to unmute your mic. I cannot hear you. You need to unmute your mic. Who else? Who else is here? So yeah, tomorrow, same time, class. There's no change. We are there tomorrow. You must come to class.
All right, thanks, Kawani.
Yeah, I think Blessing, I think he's got something to say, but his mic is on mute. There's 2 blessings now.
Which
Blessing,
one?
what are you doing there?
This mic is not even showing.
There's 2 blessings, so I don't know which one he's using. So yeah, anyway, if no one else has got questions, guys, then I'm gonna see you tomorrow.
Yeah, all right. Because when I put through my weekend, so yeah.
No worries, Tafazo, no worries.
All right, I'll just catch up on the videos. So, yeah.
No worries. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
No worries. I'll see you guys tomorrow then.
Okay, thanks so much, sir.
You are welcome, guys.
Okay.
Ciao.
Good night, everyone.
No cancer.
All right. Yes, but